Honestly, there's no point in attending the wedding of a sister who's turned out so poorly. I know I said I would go, but it just feels like such a hassle now. Plus, Dad will obviously be absent today, too.
Why is that? This is all happening way too suddenly. There are only 5 minutes left until the ceremony starts. I thought your in-laws would be greeting the guests by now, but if they don't show up...
Oh, can you please stop calling me non-stop? It's just so annoying. If I'm not responding, don't you think it's a clue that I'm not planning to attend?
How am I supposed to know that? You really think I can read your mind?
Oh, this is exactly why you're such a disappointment. Just look at your sister May. She's beautiful, graceful, and so smart. And then there's you. Honestly, I wish I had never had you.
Well, you could have just said something from the beginning that you weren't coming. I didn't want you guys to feel obligated to be here either.
Honestly, it was the venue that caught my interest. It looked so impressive. It seems far too grand for someone like you. A place like that deserves someone who can truly shine in it. May would look stunning in a dress there, but you? Well, you would just look out of place. It would be like putting a pearl on a pig. The venue would suddenly feel like a pigsty.
It sounds like you never even intended to celebrate in the first place.
Of course not. We don't have a hobby of going to see livestock. The money we would have spent on a gift is going towards a nice family dinner instead. You can just stay there and squeal like the ugly pig you are.
Is that really how you feel? You've always been so harsh. I may not be as perfect as May, but do you really think that treating me this way is justified? We're still family.
Family? Oh, maybe, but it doesn't mean I have to support everything you do. You've made so many poor choices, and this wedding is just another one of them. You should have considered how your actions affect those around you.
Well, if I had known you felt this way, I would have saved myself the trouble of even inviting you.
I don't need your pity invitation. Save it for someone who actually cares. Just remember, this isn't just about you. It's about family, and sometimes family means being honest, even if it hurts. It seems like your parents won't be able to make it, just as I predicted.
I'm really sorry about this.
Nicole, don't apologize. You haven't done anything wrong. Honestly, this is not your fault, but it looks like everything you've told me about them up until now is true, isn't it?
Yes, unfortunately. Even so, they're still my parents. I just thought I should at least thank them for raising me, even if it wasn't perfect. I guess in a way I was hoping for some form of closure, or maybe a little bit of acknowledgement from them. But it's silly that I even had such hopes, right?
No, it's not silly at all. Wanting love and recognition from your parents is natural. But what's not natural is the way they've treated you, the way they've neglected you and shown so much favoritism towards your sister. It's absolutely disgraceful. It makes me so angry.
It's okay. I've gotten used to it by now. My parents and my younger sister, they never really treated me like part of the family. My mom has always spoiled my sister, treating her like she can do no wrong, while I've been the one to bear all the criticism. I've been told I'm a disappointment more times than I can count. And my dad, he acts like I don't even exist most of the time. I'm sorry for bringing all of this up on what should be a happy occasion. I didn't mean to make things so gloomy.
Nicole, you have nothing to apologize for. It's not gloomy to share your truth, and it's not healthy to keep all of that pain bottled up. If you hide it away, it'll just continue to fester inside of you. You need to let it out. I'm so glad you trusted me enough to tell me how you really feel. That means a lot to me, more than you know. And from this day forward, I want you to think of me as your real mother. We're family now. You don't need to carry this burden alone anymore.
Mom, thank you so much. I don't even know how to express how much that means to me.
You don't have to thank me. I love you. And from now on, anyone who has ever hurt my daughter, well, they better prepare themselves. I won't ever forgive them for what they've done, not ever. Nicole, are you enjoying your wedding? We're at the hotel now, having lunch and popping open some champagne. Honestly, we're thinking of just staying the night here. This is just the best.
Oh, good for you.
Wait, what? What's that tone for? Are you Jealous or something? Oh, I totally get it. You're spending all that money on such an expensive venue. The food must be so bland and disappointing, right? You see, trying to show off never works out. It's just so sad.
Why do you feel the need to mock me all the time? If you didn't want to be a part of my life, you didn't have to be. It's so petty and cruel. Why would you even want to go out of your way to do that?
What? Are you seriously this clueless? This is why you're nothing but a useless, ugly loser. The fact that you were even born was the biggest mistake. Dad and I have talked about it. May is the only child we ever needed. You're just in the way, a waste of space.
Yeah, I've always known. I'm not surprised.
Oh, really? Then why didn't you act like it? If you already knew you weren't wanted, the least you could have done was live quietly and stay out of sight. But no, you had to go ahead and get married. Oh, the nerve of you, honestly. Trying to get hitched before May? Do you realize how outrageous that is? You think you can get ahead of May? Oh, I mean, just look at yourself. And looking at the guy who picked you, he must be just as pathetic. It's like male pig and female pig. How perfect. You two were made for each other.
You know what? I've realized that talking to you is just a waste of my time. I was willing to give you a chance, if you apologized. I thought maybe, just maybe, there was a shred of decency in you. But it's clear now that there isn't, so forget it. I'm fine, but are you really sure you won't regret this?
Regret? Oh, not even a little. Apologize to you? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. You begging for me to ask for forgiveness? Oh, please, that's absolutely ridiculous.
All right then, I guess there's nothing more to say. But hey, how about I show you what the wedding really looks like? I'll send you some pictures and you can see for yourself. Does an Instagram link work for you? It's on my husband's account.
Sure, I'll take a look. I'm honestly dying to see how pathetic it looks. I can't wait to laugh at it. Send it over. This is going to be hilarious. Let's see. Wait, what? No way. What is this? Oh, this can't be real. No. You must have sent me the wrong account. This wedding looks way too fancy. There's no way this is yours. Stop messing around. This is embarrassing.
Look at the other post. Check out the video. I'm in it, cutting the cake. It's definitely my wedding. Go ahead, scroll through. You'll see me right there.
Wait, what is this cake? This is massive. It looks like something out of a celebrity wedding. Hold on. What's going on here? This can't be real. You're joking, right? You've got to be joking. This is insane. What fun are you getting out of making me feel like a fool?
Why would I go out of my way to mess with you? Honestly, I've got better things to do. Oh, and by the way, my husband, he's a CEO.
What? No way. You married to a CEO? Oh, this has to be some kind of mistake.
No, it's not a mistake. I was a secretary at his company. We worked together for a while and things just clicked. It's not as impossible as you think.
I heard you somehow managed to land a job at some big company, but wait, no one told me he was the CEO. Why didn't anyone tell me?
Because you never cared. Not about me, not about my life. When I told you all about my engagement, Mom was glued to her soap operas, and Dad was buried in his newspaper. Neither of you even pretended to listen. I told you about my life. You just chose not to hear it. So don't act surprised now. This is on you.
How? How did someone like you end up with a CEO? Oh, you must have blackmailed him or something, right? Oh, there's no way someone as ugly and pathetic as you could attract a CEO. This has to be some kind of scam. You must have tricked him. You've always been rotten to the core, and this just proves it.
Wow, your imagination is impressive. Honestly, it's a wonder how you come up with these things.
Whatever, if you're so smart, then why don't you trade places with May? Heck, May deserves someone like him way more than you do.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
You heard me. May should be with that CEO of yours. She's beautiful, elegant, and classy. They would make the perfect couple. You're nothing compared to her. It's honestly a joke that you even think you're worthy of him.
You've got to be kidding me. Are you seriously asking me to give up my husband for May? That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard.
You don't have a choice. Family comes first, doesn't it? You should prioritize the family. You can keep working and sending money home, and May can take your place as his wife. It's the least you can do for the family. It's only fair.
Wow, you've really lost it. And let me tell you something. Even if I were crazy enough to go along with this, my husband would never agree. You're living in a fantasy world.
Huh! Once he meets May, he won't be able to resist her. No man can. May's beauty and charm are irresistible. Your husband will drop you in an instant once he sees her.
This is delusional. Truly, it is. I can't believe I've wasted so much time and money on you people. To think I've been funneling money into this family for years. It just makes me sick just thinking about it. Well, guess what? That's over now. I'm done. You're on your own.
What? You can't do that. How dare you? You're married to a CEO. You're rich now. You owe us. You better keep sending us everything you earn.
I don't owe you a thing. And why would I support a family that didn't even show up for my wedding? You've made it clear that I'm not part of the family. Well, guess what? You're not part of mine anymore either.
Fine, if that's how it is, I'll come to the wedding right now.
Huh?
If I show up, you'll have to recognize me as family, right? You've still got food left, right? Prepare everything. I'm coming to prove we're family. Once May arrives, your husband will fall head over heels for her. There's no way he'll resist her beauty. Just wait and see.
Wow. You really believe that, don't you? You're living in some kind of twisted fantasy. Sorry, but I'm banning you from the venue. You're not welcome here anymore.
What? You can't do that. We're family. You can't just throw us away.
You're not family to me anymore. I'm done with this.
I'm coming anyway. You can't stop me. You better be ready when I get there.
Good luck with that. You won't get past the front door.
Hello, my name is Bev. I think you might recognize me as Nicole's husband's mother. That might ring a bell, no? You're the mother of the CEO? Oh, hey, put Nicole on the phone right now. She hasn't been answering my calls or texts for hours. Don't you think it's disgraceful for a daughter to ignore her family like this? Oh my, it seems you're unaware of the situation. What are you talking about? Listen, lady, Nicole is nothing compared to our May. She's much prettier and has perfect character for a CEO's wife. If you let her attend the wedding, everyone would agree. People would love her instantly. No, I don't think so at all. In fact, I strongly disagree. What did you just say? Do you even know who you're talking to? You think you can just waltz in and say whatever you like? Yes, I do. After all, I'm Nicole's family now. No, we are her family, not you. Oh, really? Then why weren't you allowed into the venue? If you're truly her family, wouldn't you have been invited inside? No, at this point you're just strangers who happen to share some blood. How dare you? Oh, this is a family issue and you're nothing more than an outsider. Stay out of it. Now let us in or we'll make a scene. I'm afraid that won't be happening. The bride and groom are in the middle of enjoying their reception, and the last thing they need is for it to be ruined by an unwanted guest. So if I were you, I'd leave quickly. Unwanted guest? The real problem here is Nicole. She's always been a burden. If she hadn't been born, our family would have been perfect. But what would you know about any of that? Oh, so you're saying Nicole doesn't share blood with her father? Interesting. Wait, you knew? Yes, of course. It wasn't hard to figure out. You've remarried, haven't you? And with your new husband, you have a daughter. So Nicole, being from a previous marriage, doesn't fit into your idea of a perfect family, does she? How convenient. I must ask, though, can you really call yourself her mother if you treat her this way? If I had no choice! My first husband made good money, but he was ugly, so ugly. Oh, really? Yes, and then our daughter was born just as hideous. Every time I looked at her, I felt repulsed. I couldn't stand the thought of being stuck with that face forever, but I needed the child support, so after the divorce I reluctantly took her in. It wasn't my fault. How could I raise such a hideous child? She's to blame, not me. No, absolutely not. Nicole isn't the one at fault here. Let me ask you again, can you honestly call yourself a mother? You're acting more like a spoiled child throwing a tantrum when things don't go your way. What did you just say to me? Nicole is a wonderful, kind, and capable young woman. She's thoughtful, hard-working, and diligent. My son tends to overwork himself, always pushing his limits. But Nicole is the one who helps him relax, who understands his true self, and loves him just as he is. There is no one more perfect for him than Nicole, so for both their sakes, I'd appreciate it if you stopped interfering with their happiness. You have no idea what I've been through. How dare you lecture me? You didn't even try to understand Nicole's feelings, did you? Are you really that self-centered, needing to be the center of attention all the time? It's embarrassing that you expect your own daughter to take care of you like this.
Shut up! I knew it! Only a pig would marry into a family like yours.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. Trust me, the feeling is mutual. I certainly don't want to be involved with people like you.
Oh, I get it now. Nicole's probably been filling your head with lies about us, hasn't she? Making us out to be the villains here?
Actually, no, I did my own research.
What?
Nicole didn't need to say anything. I could see how much pain she was in, and I decided to look into things myself. Turns out you're unemployed, living off Nicole's hard-earned money, and doing nothing to support yourselves. Her father was fired recently for gambling at work, wasn't he? And since then, he hasn't even bothered to look for another job. You, on the other hand, have never worked a day in your life, unless we're counting the money you extorted from other men.
How do you know all of this?
It wasn't difficult to find. The truth tends to leave a trail. And by the way, I suggest you repay the money you've borrowed. Your creditors are starting to get impatient.
Wait, you met with them?
Yes, I did. It's not unusual to investigate the background of a potential in-law, after all. It's almost as if you never really cared about Nicole at all.
You meddling?
The truth is, my family wants nothing to do with people like you, so please leave, or I'll have to call security. Oh, and don't be surprised if your creditors show up at your door soon. I made sure they knew exactly where to find you.
No, you can't do this!
You'll find that I most certainly can. Now, kindly leave before I make this any worse for you.
You're insane! Talking to you is a waste of time!
It's a pity you refuse to learn from your mistakes, but you know what's remarkable? Despite growing up under your toxic influence, Nicole has turned out to be a remarkable woman. I can only assume that her biological father was a truly wonderful man, certainly more discerning when it came to picking partners.
How can you say that? You don't know anything about us!
Oh, I know enough. I know that Nicole has had to deal with more than her fair share of challenges because of you. While you've been busy trying to undermine her, she's been working hard to build a life for herself and my son. She deserves to be happy, and I intend to see that she is.
You think you can just come in here and dictate how things should be?
I'm not dictating anything. I'm simply stating facts. Nicole has the right to choose who she wants in her life, and right now, that doesn't include you.
And what makes you think she'll always choose you over her own family?
Because family isn't just about blood. It's also about support, love, and respect. Things you clearly haven't shown her.
You don't know what we've been through. You don't know the sacrifices I made for my children.
Sacrifices? Is that what you call it? Using your children as means to an end? That's not sacrifice. That's manipulation.
You're the one to talk about manipulation.
At least I'm not hiding behind my children to justify my failures.
You think you're so much better, don't you?
I never claimed to be perfect, but I do know what it means to truly care for someone, and that's something you seem to lack entirely.
You're just trying to drive a wedge between us, but it won't work.
No, I'm trying to protect Nicole from the toxicity you bring into her life.
Toxicity? Look in the mirror.
I am looking in the mirror, and I see a woman who has fought tooth and nail for her family. A woman who has stood by her son and his choices. You, on the other hand, are a stranger to your own daughter.
That's not true.
Is it? Because all I see is someone who is bitter and resentful, blaming everyone else for their problems instead of taking responsibility.
You know nothing about my struggles.
Perhaps not, but I see the results. Nicole shouldn't have to bear the burden of your unhappiness.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for her?
Because I love her like my own daughter. Because I see the potential in her that you refuse to acknowledge.
You're delusional.
No, I'm realistic. I see the truth that you refuse to face.
You think you can just replace me?
It's not about replacing anyone. It's about giving Nicole the support and love she deserves, something you haven't been able to provide.
You're a fool if you think this will end well for you.
I'm not afraid of your threat. I'm more concerned about the impact your actions have on Nicole.
You're overstepping and you'll regret it.
Regret? The only thing I'll regret is not doing enough to protect Nicole from you.
You're just a stepping stone for her. When she realizes who really loves her, she'll come back to us.
If that's love, then I'd rather be alone. But I have faith that Nicole will see the truth, just as I have.
You think you're so clever, but you're just a pawn in her game.
No, I'm not a pawn. I'm her ally, and I will stand by her side no matter what it takes.
You'll regret this conversation.
And you'll regret the day you thought you could come between us.
I'll make you pay for this!
Do your worst, I won't back down. Nicole deserves better, and I won't let anyone, including you, take that away from her.
The police interrogation is over.
Nicole, what have you done, you ungrateful child? Because you wouldn't let us in, we ended up getting reported. Do you even understand the trouble you've caused for everyone involved? This is unacceptable.
Didn't I tell you that you were banned from entering my wedding? Were you even listening to me? Of course you weren't. I should have known. I'm sorry for even asking such a ridiculous question. It's clear you're only thinking of yourself.
You think just because you became the CEO's daughter-in-law, you can act like you're above everyone else? Are you really that afraid of your husband falling for May? It's pathetic. If you had any real confidence in yourself, you wouldn't have to behave this way. So you know deep down that you're just an ugly pig.
I had invited my real father to today's wedding. Can you believe that?
What? Are you serious?
Honestly, I didn't want to meet you at all. I'm actually relieved he canceled at the last minute. He was so happy he cried when I told him about the wedding. It was a moment I'll cherish forever. One that made me realize how much I need to distance myself from you.
Wait a minute. You let my ex-husband in, but you wouldn't let us come inside? This is completely unfair. How can you justify this? You have no right.
Who has been treating me unfairly all this time? It was you. You treated me like a failure, using me as if I were just an ATM. And what about that man you married? You made it clear that I wasn't really part of the family just because we're not blood related. And let's not forget my little sister, who's been spoiled rotten by our parents, living in her little princess bubble. You all aren't a family to me. You were just temporary housemates who took advantage of me and my kindness.
How dare you? We are family. You can't just throw that away. You're being melodramatic.
No, my family is my husband, his parents, and my real father who came to the wedding today. That's more than enough for me. I don't need the toxic connections you offer. I've built a new life, and it's so much better without your negativity weighing me down.
How could you say that? Have you forgotten all the sacrifices I made to raise you? I endured so much pain and struggle just to bring you into this world. You owe me everything.
Endured? Really? Thanks to my husband, I've been able to see my situation objectively for the first time. Every day spent in that house felt like a nightmare. I am not livestock. I'm not a model, but I'm not ugly either. I'm not just some burden on your family. I'm a woman in my own right. I will be celebrated by many on my wedding day. One man has pledged his eternal love to me. I'm a human being with dreams and aspirations, and you're the one who's mistaken here. Do you even understand what a role is? What it means to be loved unconditionally? It's not about control.
What? Children are supposed to serve their parents. I know that. You've been so disrespectful. You are such a failure in every way. You think you can just walk away from your responsibilities?
Shut up, you pathetic beggar. You think you're better than me just because you gave birth to me? You're nothing but a burden yourself. I refuse to let you define who I am any longer.
What did you just call me? You have no idea what it means to sacrifice. You think this is easy for me?
You're worse than livestock. You're a beggar, begging for my attention and respect, strutting around like you're something special just because you're a parent. My life isn't for you to dictate. I refuse to be shackled by your expectations any longer.
Please, can you just calm down a little? This isn't how families should talk. We're supposed to support each other, not tear each other apart.
You should learn how to apologize properly. I'm cutting ties with you. No matter what happens, I won't involve myself with you again. This is it for me. I deserve peace.
Don't be ridiculous. How are we supposed to live then? What about all those years we spent together? You think you can just erase our past?
I don't care. Get a job, unemployed bum. You can't expect me to take care of you any longer. I've already given you more than enough.
Are you really going to abandon me? I'm your mother. You can't just throw me away like this.
My mother-in-law once said that if a child grows up healthy, that's enough to make a parent proud. I truly love that sentiment. That's why I don't need you anymore. I found my own path, and it doesn't include you. I want to build a future filled with love and respect, not with resentment.
Wait, I'll apologize for everything that's happened. I'll do anything. Just please come back. Don't leave me like this. I can change, I promise.
You've been whining this whole time. I'm so sick of your ugly cries. I've heard them for too long. Just go back to your little shed already, okay? Go back to the life you think you're entitled to. I'm done being your punching bag.
Hold on, you can't mean that. You can't just cut me off like this. Nicole!
This is my life now. I'm taking control, and there's no place for you in it. I cut ties with my family and took extreme care to ensure my new address wouldn't be discovered. My husband has been incredibly supportive, doing everything he can to help me adjust, and my job is still going smoothly. I feel fortunate to have a stable work life amidst all the chaos. My relationship with my mother-in-law has flourished. I genuinely consider her like a real mother. She offers me the warmth and understanding I've missed for so long, and it feels like I finally have the family I always wanted. However, recently, I learned that my biological mother made quite a scene at my workplace. Apparently, she showed up at the entrance causing a ruckus, and the police had to be called to remove her. I can only imagine how embarrassing that must have been for my colleagues and for me. From what I've gathered, it seems like she's been borrowing money and is now being chased by some man over her debts. My childhood home has somehow turned into an empty lot. I can't help but feel a mix of emotions about it. My mother-in-law casually mentioned, "There's nothing good that comes from shady money," which made me wonder if there was some connection to my mother's situation. It's eerie to think about what could be happening behind the scenes. My sister has reached out to me several times pleading for help, but I know her intentions are purely financial, so I've ignored her messages. She could easily find a job and support herself if she really wanted to. It's frustrating to see her relying on others instead of taking responsibility for her own life. As for my father, the one I share blood with, I still meet him occasionally. He's expressed his regrets multiple times about not having fought harder to gain custody of me when I was younger. He believes he should have been more assertive in taking me away from that environment. It's a heavy burden to bear, hearing him apologize for decisions made long before I could understand their implications. He also shared in my happiness about my recent marriage. His joy felt genuine, and it warmed my heart to see that he supports my choices. It makes me think about how different my life might have been if he had been the one to raise me. The concept of maternal preference in custody battles is such a complicated issue, often leaving fathers feeling powerless. Sometimes, I wonder what my life would have been like if I had grown up with my father. Would I have had the same struggles? Would I still be the same person I am today? Those questions linger in my mind, but I try not to dwell on them for too long. I've come to a place where I can appreciate my current happiness. Despite the pain of my past, I've built a life that brings me joy. I've created a family that supports and loves me unconditionally. I often think about how fortunate I am to have escaped that toxic environment. The scars of my upbringing may still be there, but they don't define me. My husband and I are planning our future together, and it feels incredibly liberating to have finally broken free from the chains that once bound me. It's bittersweet, knowing that my mother's life has spiraled downwards while I've managed to find my way. Part of me feels guilty for not helping her, but I also recognize that I have to prioritize my own well-being. I deserve to live a life free from the chaos and dysfunction that has plagued my family for so long. As I reflect on all these changes, I feel a sense of gratitude for my husband's unwavering support. He has been my rock, helping me navigate the complexities of my emotions. We share dreams and aspirations that fill our lives with hope. I remind myself that I am not responsible for my mother's choices or my sister's failures. They have made their decisions, and now it's time for me to focus on the life I've created. It's empowering to take ownership of my happiness and to know that I have the strength to move forward. Looking ahead, I feel excited about what the future holds. I envision a life filled with love, laughter, and genuine connections. It's a stark contrast to the memories of my past, but I am ready to embrace the possibilities that lie ahead. After all, I fought hard for this happiness. It wasn't handed to me, and I had to claw my way out of a situation that threatened to suffocate me. And now, as I stand on the precipice of a new chapter, I feel an overwhelming sense of hope. I know that I can create a legacy that's different from what I've known. I can raise my own family in an environment filled with love and respect. I can be the kind of parent that my own mother never was. Ultimately, What matters most is that I've chosen to break the cycle. I refuse to let my past dictate my future. I am in control of my destiny, and I will make choices that lead me to the life I've always dreamed of. So, as I sit here reflecting on my journey, I feel a profound sense of peace. I've let go of the weight of my past, and I'm ready to step into the future with open arms. Life is a beautiful adventure, and I'm finally ready to embrace it fully. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, what do you mean you're not going today? You can't possibly mean you're skipping Paige's wedding, right?
No, that's exactly what I mean. I think it's best if I don't go in my current condition. I don't want to cause any trouble. Plus, Paige even said that she understands and just appreciates the thought.
So you're saying you're not going to her wedding just because you're pregnant?
It's not just that. My due date is really close. The baby could come at any moment now. The doctor has also advised that I stay on bed rest to avoid any potential complications.
The doctor just recommended that you take it easy, right? It's not like they said you absolutely must stay on bed rest no matter what happens, did they?
Well, no. They didn't say it exactly like that, but...
So what? You're gonna let what Paige said and what the doctor suggested be your excuses? In the end, you just don't want to go to the wedding, right? Isn't that what this is really about?
That's not true at all. I do want to celebrate Paige's special day. But if I get sick or something happens because of my condition, don't you think that that would cause more trouble? And honestly, I haven't been feeling all that well lately.
Oh, stop it already. If you're not feeling well, it's only because you haven't been managing your health properly.
Managing my health? Seriously? Ever since I got pregnant, you've been leaving all the housework to me. You're always too busy with work to help, and I've been doing all the cooking, cleaning, and laundry by myself. And yet you're talking about health management now?
What are you complaining about? That's your job, isn't it? It's your responsibility to take care of the house and manage your health, all while fulfilling your role as an adult.
Oh, really? And what about you? Isn't it your job to manage your health as well? You were out sick with a cold just last week. The month before that, you took time off because of an upset stomach. And before that, you missed work after getting bitten by some insect, remember? And you're lecturing me about health management?
Shut up! Even if I do get sick sometimes, I still manage to keep working and bring in money, don't I? That's what matters. And besides, how was I supposed to prevent getting bitten by a weird bug? I had no control over that, and the swelling was awful.
Okay, I'll admit that the bug bite incident was unfortunate.
Don't get smart with me. You've been acting all high and mighty lately. Who do you think is providing for this household? Who's the one making sure you even have a place to live and food on the table?
You always bring that up, but do you realize how outdated that way of thinking is? Hardly anyone talks like that anymore. It's not the 1950s.
Oh, so now you're just gonna brush it off because I hit a nerve, huh? Typical. Anyway, enough excuses. You're coming to the wedding and that's final. I'll call a taxi right now.
Wait a second. I think my contractions are starting. And my water just broke. There's no way I can make it to the wedding now. I need to get to the hospital fast.
Contractions? That's just like a bad stomach ache. Don't exaggerate. Today is my sister's wedding. You're coming even if you have to crawl there.
Crawl? Are you even hearing yourself? This is the time when you're supposed to be worried about me, not your sister's wedding.
Worried? You're pregnant. Of course contractions are gonna happen eventually. It's no different from getting a cramp. Now stop making excuses and get ready. You're coming to the wedding.
I honestly thought you'd understand if I told you I was in labor. But I guess even now you're putting your sister's wedding above me and our baby.
Obviously, Paige is my one and only sister, and today is the most important day of her life. What could possibly be more important than that? Of course the wedding takes priority, so get yourself ready and get in that taxi.
I see. Fine, I'll go.
Good, and don't be late. Tell the taxi driver to step on it if you have to. I don't care how fast they have to drive, just make sure you're there.
Hey, Fran. Cedric told me Fran will be here soon. But are you really able to come? Is your body okay? Yeah, I'm on my way. I thought I'd at least make an appearance, even if it's just for a short while. I really do want to celebrate with everyone. Plus, there's a hospital nearby, so I should be fine as long as I don't stay too long. No way. Cedric probably kept bugging you about it, right? Honestly, who even cares about some wedding for a sister-in-law? It's not like it's that important. What? How can you say something like that out loud so easily? I mean, if it were me, I'd find it super annoying. Honestly. And on top of that, you're in the final stages of pregnancy, right? It's totally crazy for you to push yourself just to attend. I'm sure Cedric kept nagging you, right? After all, I just got word that you weren't going to come a few moments ago. Yeah, Cedric seems to really care about you, though. When I told him that I started having contractions, he told me to come even if I had to crawl. Wait, what? You're having contractions? No. If that's the case, you really shouldn't come. What are we supposed to talk about with someone who's in labor? I think you're focusing on the wrong thing here. But anyway, I should apologize. The truth is, I lied about the contractions. Cedric was so insistent on me coming that I thought that if I told him I was in labor, he'd back off and let me stay home. So instead of letting up, he told you to come even if you had to crawl? That's insane. I can't believe he's my brother. I'm honestly tempted to cut ties with him. Why does he care about you so much? He seems to be really overprotective. Oh, please. There's no reason for it. He's just obsessed with me because I'm his little sister. He's got this weird image of himself as the perfect big brother. Telling you to crawl to the wedding is probably part of that fantasy. Like, oh, look at me. I'm so devoted to my sister that I'll even make extreme demands for her. And that's how he thinks. I see. Honestly, he's been acting jealous of my fiancé, and he keeps harassing me about it. It's seriously creepy the way he behaves. Wait, he's doing things like that too? That's really disturbing. Fran, since you're already heading to the hospital, what do you think about actually showing up to the wedding crawling? You know, like Cedric wanted. Excuse me? You're fed up with him, aren't you? Let's show everyone how messed up Cedric really is. It's time people knew. But if I actually showed up crawling, wouldn't that make me the crazy one too? Every battle requires some level of sacrifice. And besides, I'm sick of him being all over me too, so I'd appreciate it. Wait, how are you sacrificing anything in this plan? Look, you have to do something drastic. Cedric has a great public image, and even our relatives think highly of him. He's known as the caring, devoted older brother, and he's even giving a speech at the wedding. I, for one, refuse to sit through that speech. The more I hear about this, the more it sounds like you're the one benefiting from this whole plan. Well, what about you? Do you really plan on staying married to Cedric? This is the guy who told his wife, who claimed to be in labor, to crawl to his sister's wedding. Is that someone you want to spend your life with? You're right. I have been thinking about leaving him. Then, you know what you have to do. Let's expose him for the controlling maniac he is. Come on, Fran. It's the perfect opportunity.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Well, you're the one who said, come even if you have to crawl. So, I actually crawled here.
Don't give me that. Who the hell actually crawls to a wedding? Thanks to you, everything's turned into a huge commotion.
But you told me to come no matter what, so I did just as you said.
You're saying that again? Damn it. Now everyone's calling me a crazy guy who made his pregnant wife crawl to the wedding.
Well, isn't that exactly what happened? I mean, you did say that, didn't you? It seems like you finally realized just how crazy that sounds.
Damn it! This is such a mess. I still have to give my speech soon.
All I did was follow your orders, Cedric.
You did this on purpose, didn't you? You crawled here to make me look like some kind of maniac. That was your plan all along, wasn't it?
There's no making you look like anything. You're a maniac, Cedric. That's just the truth.
Well, if I'm a maniac, then you're just as crazy, crawling all the way here like that. Don't you have any shame?
Shame? You're the one who told your 9 months pregnant wife to crawl to your sister's wedding. If anyone should be ashamed, it's you.
So this was your way of getting back at me, wasn't it? Damn it, the whole venue is still buzzing about what just happened. Everyone's staring at me with these cold, judgmental eyes.
And so it looks like it was a success then?
A success? Are you out of your mind? With a stunt like this, you're gonna end up being looked down on just as much as me. Our family is definitely gonna hate you now. Are you really okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. Because after this, I'm not going to be a part of this family anymore.
What? What are you talking about?
Once I divorce you, I won't have to deal with your family or anyone else here ever again. So it doesn't really matter to me what they think.
Divorce? You can't be serious.
Of course I am. Think about it, Cedric. Do you honestly believe you've been a good husband? Deep down, you know the answer.
Look, I get it. You're mad at me because of what happened today. But you have to understand, to me, family is everything. I'll always prioritize family above all else. I know you didn't grow up with a family, so maybe you don't get that.
Wow. I can't believe you actually just said that. To tell someone who lost their parents at a young age that they don't understand the value of family, that's incredibly low, even for you.
Well, if you had family, then maybe you'd get where I'm coming from. But no, you don't, so you're just being selfish. Wanting a divorce over something like this, that's just you being immature.
Call it whatever you want. I don't care. I'm divorcing you, Cedric. That's all there is to it.
You've got to be kidding me! There's no way I'm letting you do that! You're pregnant with my child! You think I'm just gonna let you walk away?
I'll raise this baby on my own. With all the things you've said and done, I'm sure I'll get custody without any issues.
You... No, fine. You know what? I'll prove to everyone that I'm not the bad guy here. I still have my speech to give. I'll tell everyone that this whole act of yours crawling here was just a plan to make me look bad. They'll believe me. I've always had their trust.
You really are something else, Cedric.
No, you're the one who's disgusting. You've ruined Paige's wedding just to get back at me. I'm going to expose your selfish nature in front of everyone. Just wait.
I'm looking forward to it.
What the? Hey, what was that announcement just now? At the bride's request, the family speech has been assigned to you, the sister-in-law? What's going on?
It's exactly as it sounds. The speech that was supposed to be yours is now mine to give. I'll be taking care of it.
What? You must have done something. Did you threaten Paige or something?
Threaten her? That's absurd. I didn't do anything of the sort. If anything, it feels like I'm the one being threatened by Paige.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I mean, I didn't know about this either until that announcement just now. This whole thing is news to me too. But after a public broadcast like that, what choice do I have? I can't just refuse in front of everyone now, can I? It's basically like I'm being forced, no, threatened into doing it.
But why would Paige ask you to do the speech instead of me? I'm her brother, her only brother. I know Paige wanted me to give that speech more than anything. I'm her family, after all.
Are you sure about that? Because from where I'm standing, it seems like Paige might have a different opinion.
What are you talking about? What do you know about Paige that I don't? I'm her brother. I've known her all my life.
Exactly. You've known her all your life, and yet you still don't understand her at all.
What the hell do you mean by that? I'm her family. Of course I know her better than anyone else.
Do you, though? You say you're her family, but have you actually taken the time to understand her needs? Her feelings? I doubt that. Maybe Paige isn't as happy with you as you think she is. Why else would she hand the speech over to me at the last minute like this?
You've got no idea what you're talking about. Paige would never betray me like that. I'm her brother, her only brother, and she knows how important this day is to me. She'd never take that speech away from me without a good reason.
Well, if you're so sure about that, why don't you go ask her yourself? If you truly believe that you're the one who should be making the speech and that Paige had no good reason to change your mind, then go and talk to her. See what she says.
You bet I will. I don't need you to tell me that. I'll go find her right now and we'll get to the bottom of this. Hey, Paige, what was that announcement all about earlier? Saying that Fran is gonna give the speech instead of me. Isn't that a bit strange?
Strange? What exactly is strange about it?
Well, Fran isn't related to you by blood, right? In situations like this, it's supposed to be the actual brother, me, who gives the speech. That's the proper way things should go, don't you think?
This is my wedding, Cedric. Shouldn't I be the one who decides who gets to speak?
Okay, fine, but Paige, are you seriously saying you really want Fran to give the speech? Is that what you truly want?
Of course. Why else would I have made that decision?
Paige, wait a minute. Is someone threatening you? If someone is forcing you into this, just tell me and I'll protect you. You know I will.
Threatening me? No one's threatening me. Geez, you're so over the top. And you know what, Cedric? You're really creepy.
What?
You're always sticking your nose into my business. It's annoying. Like, seriously, with this wedding, you've been giving your 2 cents about everything. You've been absolutely insufferable.
Paige, what's gotten into you?
Oh, don't act all innocent. I know about the private investigator you hired to spy on my fiancé. Yeah, that's right. I know everything. Honestly, it's beyond creepy.
But I just wanted to protect you. I've been looking out for you, Paige. That's all I've ever tried to do.
Protect me? You're delusional. Seriously, what is with you? It's just gross. You're obsessed.
Wait. Are you sure someone's not putting you up to this? Please, Paige, if someone is pressuring you, just say the word. I'll deal with them for you.
No one's putting me up to anything, Cedric. This is all me. Get a grip and face reality.
But if that's really how you feel, you should have told me earlier, right? You never said anything like this before. You never acted this way towards me before either.
I didn't say anything because it was just too much of a hassle. And besides, everyone in the family seems to think you're this perfect, caring brother. It would have been a nightmare to deal with all the drama if I'd called you out on your nonsense earlier.
I don't believe you. That can't be how you really feel. Deep down, I know you care about me. You've always looked up to me. I'm your big brother.
Wow, that's terrifying. You're literally just making stuff up at this point. I do not look up to you, Cedric. You're just a nuisance, plain and simple.
nuisance! That's not true. I've always cared for you, Paige. I've always put your well-being first. I've done everything for you.
Please, do you seriously think just saying you care about me makes up for all the things you've done? If you actually cared about me, you wouldn't be doing all these things I hate. So just stop.
But I've only ever tried to...
Enough already, Cedric. If you really cared, you'd respect my choices. And right now, my choice is for Fran to give the speech. Got it?
How? How can you just dismiss me like this, Paige? After everything we've been through as siblings, you're really choosing Fran over me?
Yes, Cedric, I am. And that's final. So either deal with it or just leave. Honestly, you're ruining the day for me. You've been suffocating this whole time.
But I'm your brother. Doesn't that mean anything to you? All I've ever done was try to protect you, try to keep you safe.
Cedric, listen to me. I don't need or want your protection. What I need is for you to stop meddling in my life. The spying on my fiancé, the constant hovering, it's too much. Do you even realize how much you're overstepping?
I was just looking out for you. I was doing what any good brother would do.
A good brother doesn't hire private investigators to tail their sister's fiancé. That's not being protective. That's being invasive, and I'm done putting up with it. So go ahead, storm off if you want, but this is my wedding and I get to decide who speaks.
Paige, I only ever wanted the best for you.
Then stop making this about you. This is my day, Cedric, not yours. Let me enjoy it without all your drama, okay?
I don't understand. After everything I've done, you're really gonna shut me out?
I've been wanting to shut you out for a long time now. Today just gave me the perfect excuse. So yeah, Cedric, this is me telling you, enough is enough.
I can't believe this!
Well, believe it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a wedding to enjoy.
Hey, don't you think that speech was a bit much? You went too far. Exposing our text messages like that, how is that fair? Those were personal, private conversations, you know.
Personal? Well, isn't that the whole point of a family speech, to talk about personal things? Besides, I had to explain why the speech was suddenly switched over to me in the first place. And, well, I started having fun while doing it. Before I knew it, I was spilling all kinds of things.
Yeah, well, thanks to you, I can't even show my face there anymore. Do you realize how many people from my company were there?
Of course. You're the one who invited them all, remember?
My own family won't even speak to me now. I disappeared from the wedding and not a single person has tried to reach out to me. No one cares.
Guess your true colors finally showed, huh? Honestly, I'm glad. Now everyone knows just how messed up you are.
They also know how crazy you are, too. You didn't exactly come out looking great either. Damn it, what am I supposed to do now?
Simple. Just pay me the alimony you owe, and we'll be done.
Wait, what?
I've got plenty of evidence of how you treated me, Cedric. I've been thinking of making it all public and taking you to court over it.
Well, hold on. You're not serious, are you? You're really gonna kick me when I'm already down?
I think the one who's about to kick you down even further is Paige, not me. Seems like she's got a lot of dirt on you. Things you probably didn't think she'd ever find out.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, didn't you know? She's planning to come out with all the proof she has against you. Stuff like you hiring a private investigator to follow her fiancé around, harassing him. Not to mention the fact that you even hired women to flirt with him, trying to get him to cheat.
No, that can't be. She knows about all that, but I let them get married in the end, didn't I? I could have stopped it, but I didn't. Doesn't that count for something?
Maybe that whole holier-than-thou attitude of yours is probably what Paige hated the most about you. Now that everyone in the family is already looking at you with suspicion thanks to my speech, she's ready to unleash all that evidence she's got. That'll be the real finishing blow.
It's over. Everything is over.
Yeah, it's over. You can stop pretending now. Good job in making it this far.
Fran, please don't abandon me, okay? I'll apologize for everything I've done, I swear. I'll change, I promise. Just give me another chance, please.
Wow, how pathetic. You know, I'm really glad I crawled my way over here after all. Thanks, Cedric.
Huh? Well, what are you talking about?
I really mean it. Thanks for telling me to crawl my way over to this wedding. Because of that, I got the chance to ruin you completely.
Fran, you really pulled it off. I never expected it to go this smoothly.
Yeah, me neither. I owe it all to you, thank you.
No, I didn't do anything. Honestly, when I said, why don't you just come crawling over, I was just joking. I mean, you're actually in your 3rd trimester.
Huh?
But it's so great that everything went so well. We seem to have secured a pretty decent amount of compensation, and I'm genuinely grateful.
You're really being quite opportunistic, aren't you? But I had fun too, so thank you. Just remember, this is all hindsight, okay?
I mean, think about it. When we first started this, there were so many uncertainties. I never imagined to be standing here after all that chaos, feeling like we actually achieved something significant. It's like, despite all the risk, we managed to come out on top.
Right? And I was so nervous at first, wondering how everyone would react. But now, looking back, it feels almost exhilarating. We turned the situation around in our favor.
Exactly. It's like we transformed all that tension into something positive. I couldn't have done it without your support, honestly. I really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on. You know I was just along for the ride. But still, it's nice to hear that. I guess we make a pretty good team after all.
For sure. Here's to more unexpected victories in the future.
After the divorce with me was finalized, Cedric found himself in a difficult situation. He had to pay substantial alimony to both me and Paige, his fiancée, which left him financially destitute. He became utterly broke, with nothing to his name. The financial burden of supporting 2 households took a significant toll on him, and it seems that, due to the recent events surrounding our separation, he also decided to resign voluntarily from his job. Now, in what appears to be an act of desperation, he has left town, almost as if he were fleeing in the night, and is currently living in a cheap apartment away from the life he once knew. I often find myself contemplating how he feels about his current circumstances. He has not only lost me, but has also been completely shunned by his family, including my sister and all our relatives. What kind of emotions must he be grappling with as he navigates through this drastic change in his life? Is he feeling regret over his choices? Or is he perhaps trying to convince himself that he's better off without any of us? It's hard to say what goes through a person's mind when they hit rock bottom, but I can imagine that it is a mix of confusion, anger, and possibly some sense of freedom, even if it's short-lived. The situation has taken a toll on everyone involved, and it's hard to fathom how he copes with the enormity of what has happened. To have gone from being engaged and planning a future with someone to living in solitude and isolation is a drastic transformation. One day, he was living a life filled with promise, and the next he was stripped of that, forced to confront the consequences of his actions. I can only imagine the weight of that realization. How does one pick up the pieces after such a public and painful fallout? On the other hand, this experience has brought Paige and me closer. We have developed a strong friendship through these events, which has been a silver lining in this otherwise difficult situation. Our bond has deepened significantly. We've moved beyond the initial stages of our relationship and have come to support each other in meaningful ways. Through the shared experience of navigating the aftermath of Cedric's choices, we have forged a connection that is both comforting and empowering. Paige has this intriguing personality that I find both confusing and comforting at the same time. I often wonder if she is simply carefree or if there's a deeper cunning to her character. Regardless, there's a sense of reliability I feel when I'm with her. It's almost like having a partner in crime, someone with whom I can share my thoughts and feelings openly. Together, we navigate the ups and downs of life, sharing both laughter and tears as we reflect on our experiences. Meanwhile, I'm doing my best to raise our child on my own. It's a challenging yet rewarding journey that I embrace wholeheartedly. Every day brings new trials and triumphs, but with the support of my family and Paige, I am managing to create a nurturing environment for my child. The love and care I put into raising my little one are my top priorities, and I am determined to provide a stable and happy home. There are moments when the weight of single parenthood feels overwhelming. The responsibilities of caring for a newborn are immense. I find myself juggling countless tasks, from sleepless nights to diaper changes, and from preparing meals to soothing cries. Yet, in those quiet moments, when my child smiles or falls asleep in my arms, I feel a profound sense of joy and fulfillment that makes all the struggles worthwhile. Those smiles are like little rays of sunshine that brighten even the darkest days. Family has been an invaluable source of support during this time. They lend a helping hand when I'm in need, providing encouragement and respite. Whether it's my parents coming over to help with the baby or a close friend offering to babysit so I can have some time for myself, these gestures mean the world to me. Their support reminds me that I am not alone in this journey. I have a network of people who genuinely care and want to help me succeed as a parent. Paige, too, has been incredibly supportive. Our friendship has blossomed into something truly special. We often share our thoughts about our respective journeys, and I appreciate how she listens without judgment. She brings a sense of lightness to my life, reminding me that it's okay to have fun and enjoy the little things amidst the chaos. Sometimes, we indulge in simple pleasures, like watching movies together or sharing a meal while discussing our hopes for the future. Those moments of laughter and connection mean so much to me. Our outings together have become a cherished routine. Sometimes, we take the baby for strolls in the park, chatting about everything from our hopes and dreams to our fears and doubts. It's during these moments that I realize how fortunate I am to have someone like her by my side. The bond we share not only helps me cope with my challenges, but also fills my life with joy and companionship. Despite the hardships we face, I find myself reflecting on the beauty of life. I cherish the precious moments with my child, the laughter shared with friends, and the warmth of family. Each day is an opportunity for growth and connection, and I strive to make the most of it. There are days when the challenges seem insurmountable, but I remind myself that every struggle is a stepping stone toward a brighter future. As I navigate this new chapter of my life, I am learning to embrace the uncertainties. The challenges may be daunting, but they also pave the way for new beginnings. I am grateful for the lessons I've learned through this journey, as they have shaped me into a stronger, more resilient person. I recognize that personal growth often comes from overcoming adversity, and I am committed to embracing that growth with open arms. In the end, I understand that life is not just about the obstacles we face, but how we respond to them. I am committed to raising my child with love, compassion, and strength, ensuring that they grow up in a supportive environment. I want to instill values of kindness and resilience in my child so that they can navigate their own challenges with grace. As for Cedric, I hope he finds his way too. Perhaps one day he will reflect on his actions and recognize the consequences they have brought upon him. Life can be unforgiving, but it also offers opportunities for redemption. Only time will tell how he chooses to navigate this new path. I genuinely hope that he learns from this experience and finds a way to rebuild his life, even if it means doing so without me or our shared dreams. In the meantime, I will continue to embrace the love and support around me, cherishing every moment with my child, and nurturing the friendships that have blossomed in the wake of adversity. Life may not be what I initially envisioned, but I am determined to make it beautiful in its own right. I believe that happiness is not a destination, but a journey, and I am committed to finding joy in the everyday moments that make life special. As I reflect on this journey, I feel a renewed sense of hope. The road ahead may be uncertain, but I am ready to face whatever comes my way. I have learned to trust in my ability to adapt and thrive, even in the face of challenges. With my child by my side and the support of my friends and family, I know I can create a life filled with love, laughter, and purpose. In conclusion, while Cedric may have chosen a path that led to his downfall, I am choosing a path of resilience and hope. I refuse to let his actions define my future or the future of my child. Instead, I will continue to build a life that reflects my values and aspirations. I will strive to be the best parent I can be and create a loving home that fosters growth and happiness. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and I am ready to embrace them all with an open heart.
Hannah, are you planning on coming out again for another one of our family reunions? You really are quite the stubborn girl, aren't you, considering that you don't even have any connections to the rest of my family?
Good evening, Pam. I am planning on coming out again to your family reunion, but I didn't think that was going to cause such a problem for you.
Well, it will be a huge problem for us here, indeed. You really are going to be getting in all of our ways by showing up yet again, and I'd like to recommend you stay home instead.
Wait, I really don't see how I'm getting in the way.
I've heard that recently you've been complaining about having to work over and over again, and that's why you never make anything for my son to eat. Ken is going to starve because of you. Start feeding my son some more meals soon, or else. Can't you see the whole reason he's coming back home to me all the time is because you never make him any food? He always comes in saying that he hasn't eaten in days, and that you're never home to help make him something after he gets out of work. Seriously, why did he have to end up marrying such a useless woman as you?
I'm sorry, but in my case, I happen to have a lot of work going on and not a lot of time to be home. And so to make sure that things around the house don't go sideways, I ask him to handle some of the chores for me. He should be more than capable of cooking for himself if he needs to, and I am totally fine with him dining out if he doesn't have the time or drive to cook.
Really?
So now do you understand why I haven't always been there to cook for him recently?
I cannot believe any of this.
What?
Making your husband do all the cooking and chores for you? What the hell do you think you're doing to my son? He should be out working a job himself instead of sucking up to a wife like you.
Huh? Well, right now I'm the one working outside the house for the most part.
Well, I've never heard anything about that from him. I'm telling you right now that you forcing him to do all the housework while you go out and play around is what makes you an awful wife. Can't you see you're an embarrassment?
I feel that you coming to talk to me about all of this is not the right choice. I'd recommend you go talk with your son if you have any further things to talk about. Goodbye now.
Ken even said it himself. He's told me that he's starting to think that getting a divorce isn't all too bad of an idea after all.
Excuse me? Is that something Ken has really said about us?
Well, of course it is. If he wasn't saying these things right now, then why would I be lying to you about it? From what it looks like, Ken is starting to become really stressed out by what you've been doing to him. I think he's at his limits now with the way you've been handling things. And I'm sure you're well aware my son can find another wife after you in seconds. After all, you are just an old hag at this point, and he's better off throwing you in the garbage and finding himself a younger and more attractive wife.
So he's really been saying these things? Well, it might also be that you're having delusions about all of that, and he's never said anything close to what you're thinking. I guess I really should go have a chat with him about all of this now. Well, I'm going to ask him later today then what he thinks.
I've already told him about how it's time he leaves you, and that I have your guys' divorce papers all ready to go and everything now. I think the best option for you now is to start looking for a new place to live after he leaves you.
Thank you for the recommendation. I'll think about it.
I'm not joking around anymore. Hurry up and come back here right now. Where did you run off to anyway?
I felt that I was no longer needed in a place like that, so I went ahead and made my way out. Not only were you making jabs at me before today, but when I arrived to see everyone, you started to pick on me even more. But I guess I'm not all too surprised since you've been acting like that towards me for a while now. And this time I just happened to realize I can't take that crap from you anymore.
What's gotten into you? Are you trying to say it's my fault you're leaving now?
Well, aren't you being a terrible mother-in-law to me?
Excuse me?
I was already prepared for you to say some pretty mean things to me today at their reunion. But today you said that everyone would be allowed to eat that Wagyu steak, except for me, who you called a stranger. And then following that, you continued to call me names like a fifth grader would. Well, I'm not going to be your punching bag any longer, Pam.
What's so bad about that? I mean, you are a stranger after all, right? How could any of us ever consider calling you a part of our family? And as of right now, you already know that Ken is going to divorce you, and then you really will be a complete stranger, right?
I know that very well. And I know that you will go as far as it takes to make sure that I'm aware that you don't see me as part of your family. But today was too much for me. I could no longer sit around letting you act that way towards me.
What are you going on about? You're the one that came to our family event uninvited, so can you stop whining about what I said about you? Maybe if you would have just listened to me and never came in the first place, you wouldn't have to be crying like a baby now.
Ah, is that so? So you're going to tell me it's my fault now that you made the atmosphere of the reunion go sour?
That's right. Who else besides you could have caused all that? Today was supposed to be the day my family got together to enjoy one another's company and eat some dang good steak. And since you came uninvited, you're only allowed to eat the fat caps.
I'm going home.
Oh my, you really did let all of this get to you.
Say whatever you'd like about me and what I'm doing. I see there is no further meaning to me being around you today, and that's why I'm heading home. But listen, Pam.
What?
I'm totally fine with us both becoming complete strangers since that's what you want. But know that I won't be the one in trouble after I've gone home. Please don't forget what I've said, okay?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I'm so happy right now to see that you'll be out of my hair forever. This is the best day of my life.
Is that really how you feel? Well then, I hope you can continue being that happy when I'm gone. I'm heading home now, so good day to you. And make sure to tell Ken that I'm on my way home now as well, and if he wants to know why I've left, tell him to look at the text I'll be sending him shortly.
And while you're at it, you leave my son and get the hell out of his house for me.
I believe that I will go ahead and do that. Now, goodbye.
Hannah, where are you at right now? I'm sure my son has been trying to call you plenty of times as well right now. Why are you not answering his calls?
I don't see any reason to answer his calls, and I'm on my way back home now.
Huh? So you were being serious when you said you'd be going back home?
I told you a few times that I was heading home, didn't I? That should have meant to you that I was indeed going to head home. And why wouldn't I be heading home after the amount of times you bullied me? You even made it pretty clear to everyone that I was only allowed to have the sides while everyone else got to eat that Wagyu steak. All of that crap from you really got on my nerves and actually made me quite angry.
I don't care about what happened to make you leave. Right now, my husband is pissed off at me, and things aren't looking so good anymore.
And he has the right to be pissed at you.
Huh? So this all really is because of you and what you planned?
I didn't plan anything. You just happened to get on my last nerve and made me angry. I had originally really enjoyed everyone in your family and saw myself as a part of you guys. But today I lost all those feelings and no longer see myself as your daughter-in-law. So, I told your husband and your son that I'd no longer be sending you guys any money and that I'd no longer financially support his business.
Huh? Sending us money? Financially supporting his business?
I'm sure you had no idea about any of this going on, but after having heard about this from me, I'm sure your face has turned ghostly white, right? And I'm sure that with your husband being so upset with you now, the reunion is pretty much over, right? It must look like hell there right now with him cussing and flailing his arms around all over the place.
It sure is hell here. He's been tearing into me in front of literally everyone in the family. If anything, he's making it look as though I'm the one that did something wrong here.
Well, you're not wrong to think that you did, in fact, do something very wrong.
It's all because of my husband getting this mad at me that I've been completely embarrassed in front of the whole family. Why is this all happening to me? What the hell is this about you sending us money? And what kind of financial support have you been giving his company?
You seem to be the only person that never knew a thing about both those things. Even Ken knew about all of this. Yet he let you act like that towards me for some reason, making me second-guess my relationship to him.
What are you talking about, Hannah? Explain all of this to me right now.
Did your husband not explain it all to you yet? When your husband's company was going under, I came in with the help of my company to help him back up.
Huh? His company was going under?
Last year, one of his customers ended up going bankrupt, so his company never received any of the money promised to him by them, and that led to his company going into the red. And it was expected that his company would fall soon after as well because of all that. But thanks to my company and the fact that I bought a lot of shares in his company, he was saved from having to kiss what made his money goodbye. And ever since then, I've been the primary shareholder of his company.
What kind of story is that? This is the first time I'm ever hearing of such a thing happening to him.
Well, based on how my husband never told you anything, I guess it runs in their genes. And had he explained all of this to you, I'm sure you would have never listened, considering the kind of woman you are.
He didn't need you to help him.
Say whatever you think, but had it not been for me, your husband would have lost his company and after that, all his money. And of course, since he's the father of my husband, I decided to continue supporting his company. But after what's happened with me today, I believe that I no longer can afford to hand over any more money to him, and therefore will stop helping his company stay about the water. That's why I told him a little bit ago about everything. And also, I haven't only been supporting his company through money, but through lending equipment to him. But I'm going to need all that back from him now. So just be aware that his company might not be able to operate after the end of this week.
Wait! I get that you keep going on about your guys' work and everything, but I can't understand half of it.
You did know that I have a company of my own, right?
I knew that. I heard that part from everyone already. But a company being run by a female? Really? I was sure that you only ran a small little place for fun to get out of doing the chores. Perhaps you were just running one of those online-only businesses or something, right?
My work is not for play, and I'd never do anything to try and get out of doing chores unless it were making me millions. And as for online-only businesses, you can make a lot of money through them and influence a lot of people. Of course, my business is a lot more than an online business now, as I have offices everywhere, and I am considered larger than your husband.
I never knew that.
Well, that's just how it is, Pam. And now I'm aware that you don't want me in your family anymore. And for some reason, your son, my husband, doesn't seem to care about how you harassed me all these years. So I'm going to leave your family, now that it's very clear to me there's no way of being seen as your daughter-in-law. I have done all I could to help you and your family through your tough times, but I can no longer afford to do all that for any of you. I'm so happy to be a stranger to you all now.
Hold on, Hannah. What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that I'm going to go ahead and divorce your son. And thanks to that advice you gave me before, I've prepared everything for our divorce, including those divorce papers you gave me. So when I get back home, I'm heading right to City Hall with them and handing them in. And that will make us being strangers official. Isn't that just wonderful?
What? You really went ahead and prepared for that? And Ken was okay with all of it?
He happened to care more about what you told him to think of me than about how I was supporting you guys and your husband's company. Such a freaking idiot he is. He started to talk down to me because he saw that you were picking on me. And to be honest, I was thinking of leaving him even before you recommended it to me. So thankfully, I was in the same boat as all of you and got all this prepared just in time.
But then, what's going to happen with you being the primary shareholder for my husband's company?
Huh? Have you not listened to a single thing I've been saying? I'm going to be leaving your son and become a stranger to you all, so I will no longer invest in your husband's company. And I already told that to your husband, hence why he's so upset with you now.
What? So you actually want to go through with stopping all that support?
Why wouldn't I want to? You made it clear to me that you don't need my money anymore. But hey, thank God we can all be complete strangers now, right?
This isn't about you being a stranger to me now. What are we going to do if my husband's company falls back into the red after you pull your money out? He's only going to become even more pissed at me, and the next time I'm sure he'll not go easy on me.
I don't give a flying frick about what happens to all of you.
Huh?
Jesus freaking Christ, are you that selfish about everything? You've been telling me how much you want me to be a stranger, yet now that I'm leaving you and all your family, you're going to start crying that you want me back again. My husband may not have seen it at the time, but the way you guys treated me is now going to really affect your husband. Big time. So don't cry about it to me, because that's all on you.
What do you mean it's all on me? I'm your mother-in-law. You think you can just blame me for all of this?
I sure do. And I am. And so will your husband. Also, you're not even my mother-in-law anymore. So go screw yourself, please. You asked for me to become a stranger to you, and I answered. But now that I've answered, you might have to find out what to do about your husband's soon-to-fail company.
Excuse me? You're a huge jerk for doing something like this to me.
But this is all the fruits to your labors, correct? Go apologize to your husband now for all of this. And hope to God that your apologies will be enough to get him to forgive you.
What am I going to do, Hannah? All of this could be saved if you just came back here and enjoyed this steak with us, right? You know now that I never meant for things to go this far, right? My husband is seriously going to kill me over this, so please come back.
It's a little bit too late for that, Pam. I'm starting to really feel hungry. So I think I'll go enjoy myself a nice juicy steak on my way home.
You can come back here and have one of the steaks we have. You can have mine and I'll eat something else.
No, thank you. If I came back there and saw your face, I might lose my appetite. Now you go ahead and take care of all your problems yourself, please. You and I are both strangers now, so you shouldn't be asking me to help with your personal troubles anyway. And don't ever talk to me again, okay? And one final thing. This house is under my name, so go tell Ken that he's got nowhere left to go home to now. Well then, you have a wonderful rest of your evening with a husband that wants to kill you and a son that's too stupid to understand what's happened. Even after all that, Pam tried her hardest to come to me asking for help as much as she could. But I had already handed in our divorce papers, and so she was nothing more to me than a complete stranger, as she'd always wanted. And as for her husband being pissed at her, he ended up taking things all the way to court. And there, he forced her to get a divorce from him, and then proceeded to have her kicked out of his house, where she is not left living on the streets. She was also given nothing of his properties due to her having damaged his business with the way she had acted, and so she had nothing to her name besides the clothing on her back and a few other accessories. In Ken's case, I threw all his things out of the house, along with all his furniture, and he ran off to go find his mother before the two of them started to live in a rundown apartment together. He did try one or two times, crying on the front porch to come and get me to let him inside, just a few weeks after the divorce. But I was never home when he was there, and only learned about all this from a neighbor of mine who said they called the police on him since he wouldn't shut up. The rest of the family also cut ties to those two, which has left the both of them still wondering what exactly they did wrong to deserve all of this. Pam's now ex-husband ended up having to sell his company soon after I stopped supporting it, and he sold it to no one other than me, so that I could incorporate it into my company. And he told me in this sale that he was sort of thankful for all that happened, as even he was getting fed up with his son and wife always trying to leech off him. I guess I wasn't the only one that got off okay in the end. And it's really great to hear that he can have a faster start to his retirement now that he doesn't have to support that nasty witch Pam.